I think it's about the connection. For me personally, it's that connection with a world and a lifestyle which we have for thousands of years, ties us into the land, ties us into place names, ties us into family names, ties us into our roots in a way which nothing else does. It can help us ground ourselves a bit more. It's a detached world from the real world, whereas the Irish language can bring us back into contact with that real world and that real life and the land and history and all of those things.
In passing decades dismissed as a dying language, it's 2019 and Irish speakers in Northern Ireland are demanding language rights for their native tongue. Students at Queen's University Belfast are among the activists lobbying for change. Following a landslide referendum in November 2018, the university has created a new role within their students' union for an Irish language officer.
The ultimate aim for me really is for Irish to just be normalised, where you can just walk past it at, for example, Queen's or University or anywhere, and you don't walk past and think, oh, that's Irish. You just walk past and you don't notice it because it's just there, it's just part of it, you know what I mean?
The Irish people have a serious resistance and sort of will to continue to speak Irish.
Yeah.
Even though at so many points throughout history, people and organisations and governments have tried to stamp it out.
Renowned for their British identity, East Belfast isn't the first place that springs to mind when you think of the Irish language. Linda Irvine fronts the Tourist Project and is among the hundreds of unionists determined to break down stigma and educate the Protestant community in their links to the Irish language.
I had no contact with the Irish language at all. I mean, I'm from a working class Protestant background, so I couldn't have told you what the word falcha meant. And 8 years ago, I was introduced to the Irish language through the Cross Community Women's Group. It was a sort of a 6-week taster session, and as I always say, just hitched my ranch and chime that I fell in love with the language and decided that I'd start learning it. So it wasn't available at that time in, you know, a unionist community.
And then Leu. So that spelling's different there, Leu and Leu. Leu. To read.
Well, when we started 6.5 years ago, we were quite small, and it really was, I suppose, aimed at connecting people from the Protestant community to the Irish language, raising awareness of the links to the Irish language and saying, you know, that it doesn't belong to one community. Now, what we weren't interested in doing was, you know, we're taking it back and, you know, this is the sort of Protestant alternative. We wanted to take a place within the Irish language community, which we believe we have successfully done.
Nestled between the trees of the South Derry countryside is Anne Carn, a community association with the Irish language at the heart of everything they do.
The association started off in 1992 or thereabouts as its main aims and objectives, the strengthening of the area. The association has also been very involved in other social and economic and very importantly environmental work as well, but threading the Irish language through all those things. But what's very, very important in that journey of strengthening the Irish language as well as the Irish language is that it is officially recognised by the state. The Irish language is officially recognised and encouraged by the state officially in the south. The Welsh language is recognised officially by the state. They have a Welsh Language Act. So, and then we come here to these 6 counties and there is no such protection, there is no such recognition, there's no such official status. And I think that's very important that that is given.
But not all unionists in Northern Ireland share this view. The proposal of an Irish Language Act was opposed by the DUP and has since become the most prominent discussion in restoring a power-sharing government, not just for the political parties, but amongst mainstream media and across Northern Ireland in general. The DUP see an Irish Language Act in Northern Ireland as a threat to their British identity, whilst Irish speakers see it as equality.